What up, watchers? The sun is kind of just about piercing a haze of clouds outside, and the magpie is casting and kind of still giving you irrelevant information about the weather where he is for some reason. Let's see now. We'll be coming at you today with a live 1 versus 1 battle featuring spawning in the north. It's going to be the United Kingdom forces of Zarok. And spawning in the south, it's going to be the Vermac forces of Barbarosa. So welcome back to the channel to both of these players. The map today is going to be Crossing in the Woods. Yep, I'm sure you all know this map. Just going to pan around it whilst we wait for the opening scuffles to begin. Looks like Barbarosa packing the elite troops doctrine there, the right-hand-most of his 3 commanders. So I'm kind of hoping he's going to use that, actually. Not often you see that used these days, but it does give you the kind of very unusual... well, let me bring it up here. It gives you the troop training. It gives you the Tiger Ace. So those are both pretty cool. Also the Model 24 stun grenades, which are like fairly rare. You don't often see them used. But hey, you tag them up with a flamethrower or even just a rifle grenade, and you know, good times, good times. It's a pretty good unit. Pretty good ability to have. Build order for Zarok looks like he's going for Tommies then Vicar rather than Vicars then Tommies. This is pretty standard stuff from the Brits. We got a little skirmish here. We've got an MG42 into Sniper for Barbarosa, probably in response to the fact that he's playing against the Brits. Of course, the MG42 and the Sniper both punish the Brits' early units quite well. The Brits, of course, their early units, 4-man squads for the most part, consisting of very expensive infantry models, so killing 1 per shot with the Sniper more effective than, say, doing the same against Soviet forces. So anyway, these Pioneers going to get into good cover. Tommy's in this building, going to actually really pummel these Pioneers. He's being quite aggressive with them. I guess he's just hoping that this MG42 is going to sort of out-DPS and, you know, suppress them. But it'll take some time. Of course, the building does count as heavy cover. You can keep an eye on their health here. The Snipers, Major now entering the field here. And seems like the British player is committing all 3 of his squads, the 2 Tommies and the Vicars, down into this corner. That does make sense, responding to where his enemy has committed his units. And 1 Tommy has now perished in this building. Tommy's pretty durable in this building. They're getting really hosed by this MG and these Pioneers who managed to grab the fuel point. Vickers gun going to get deployed. Sadly, that seems to be counting as... Oh, no, it is in soft cover. I thought it was going to be negative cover there. MG42 here now getting besieged by a couple of Tommies who've come from behind. They must be down to 2 men through the efforts of the Sniper. Here he is. So yeah, he's up to 3 kills, and there's possibility of a squad wipe here. Speaking of squad wipes, the Pioneer's got a gun down in this position here. That's inconvenient for the German player. He's going to have to spend 200 manpower to replace those if he ever wants to build a tech building, and playing as Vermac, that is something you'll probably want to be doing. Sniper here needs to probably start getting some shots in. There we go. And look how fast he's only got 4 kills, but he's already got half a level of veterancy. That is the power of sniping British troops. They're just worth so much each man. Like that's a good point actually. In the upcoming patch for October, which will be coming up sometime this month, not quite sure when, the reinforced costs for Tommies are going to be reduced quite significantly. I believe it's going to go from 38 down to I think it's either 30 or 25, something like that. Because they're worth 70 each, so it's going down by 14. So I think they're going down to like 24? I don't know. Can't quite remember off the top of my head. Yeah, anyway, that's going to be a thing that's going to be happening. That will help British players in the early game. And I mean, probably like the greatest weakness of the British forces in the early game is moments like this, where you have to resupply or reinforce even 6 Tommies, and they cost, like, let's take a look here, 35 per Tommy. So it starts adding up. I mean, that's more than you want to spend. That's like 210 manpower he's spending right now just reinforcing these squads. I mean, that's ludicrous. Yeah, and especially when you're trying to buy additional squads, each of which cost 280 for the British player. Yeah, it's hard times. Anyway, seems like those Pioneers have been replaced. They're coming back to base. Escalate to Battle Phase 1 is about to finish, so I'm guessing that this fallback is timed to try and build the Leichter Mechanized Company. Whoops! Bit of an error there from Barbarossa, just throwing down the wrong building. A little hasty there. Now he can build the Leichter Mechanized Company. I'm sure he'll throw that down very shortly. Squad on the right here, just some Tommies grabbing the fuel point, and that's going to be really important right now. Of course, the fuel income for the British pretty lame, down at 13 under the 23 of Barbarossa. So they're gonna capture this. There we go, and that's gonna put them up to 20. So they're right in contention now, so far as fuel income goes. This Vickers squad, awkwardly not reinforced to 4 men, and wow, the Tommy squad here as well, also just kind of waiting. Scottish Assault Squad Sniper entering the field now with his handy Boys 55 cal sniper rifle. So look to see him engage hold fire and try for a snipe out with the Major here, who is Also, just pushing forwards. He's not in cover here. This is kind of risky. He could get spotted. He's going to see these Tommies and going to hold put. He's going to get out of the way. There we go. So just doing a little bit of recon there, using his long range of sight to get some information. Actually, you know what? It would have been interesting there if I'd have just selected KM Barbarossa and you know, opted to look through his line of sight. But a little late for that now. Try that maybe next time. Got some Grenadiers in a decent position in this building. They're going to make life really annoying for these Tommies who are going to try and move out of the base here. MG42 also in a very good position on this bridge. And that's going to be able to catch this Vickers in his arc. Now, I don't think he's going to see the Vickers because there's nothing providing spotting over there until it opens up. So that Vickers is going to suppress and probably just mow down this MG team very quickly. He needs to pull this MG42 back. Look at the damage the Vickers does. It's brutal. It may already be too late to pull this squad back. Let's see. No, he's alright. Here comes the sniper. Takes the shot. The SAS sniper is in position. He's aiming, but the German sniper is clever enough to get back in time, so he's not going to die just yet. And we'll have to keep an eye on that sniper battle as time goes on. Company command post obviously has been established for Zarok. Let's take a look at KM Barbarossa. And yeah, he's built his light mechanized company, so that is complete. Here comes a 222 scout car. And there's some, I don't know, I just like all the German camos apparently, but that's pretty cool camo, damn it. So anyway, that one's coming on in, going to chase these Tommies down. The SAS sniper will probably look to... yep, there we go. Wow, he broke his engine in the first shot. Did he even use the aimed shot? No, he... Oh, he did use the critical shot. There we go. Because I was going to say that I was awfully lucky to break the engine on the first shot otherwise. Anyway, here comes the German marksman. He's now up to 1-star veterancy. He'll have access to that incendiary round ability. Very useful for getting squad wipes. If you just fire it at the last man at a squad, of course, because it's a triggered ability, you know, which you pay munitions for, it can't actually miss. So if you see a one-man infantry squad on the fallback, just grab your incendiary round, click on that squad, bang, jobs are good, and you get the squad wipe. And it's also very good against squads with a number of infantry in them who aren't falling back, of course, because, well, it stands a chance to set a number of them on fire, it suppresses them on the spot, generally makes life fairly hellish for infantry. This is a bit of a mistake. I don't like just leaving the Major hanging around here. He's very unlikely to be punished for it, but it's just the kind of thing you never want to do. Hanging around here without cover, there we go. KM Barbarossa, going to move him somewhere a little bit more suitable. 222 getting repaired, that's good times. Managed to get 1 kill and nearly a level of veterancy. That thing vets up so damn fast, you know. And, seems like a 6-pounder gun's going to find the 222, but it's kind of being hammered by this sniper, which is going to force it back. The Pioneers kind of give it a little half run there, which is not really going to do much damage, but does force it back. British player at the moment, trailing by 69 victory points. He's at 431 under 500, so that's kind of nothing to write home about. The Brits always fall behind at this stage in the game. Good rifle grenade. Oh, oh, that is savage for Zarok. Wow, I mean, that is like 3 seconds worth of inattention that was punished to the max, losing a 280 manpower squad. These Grenadiers probably don't want to stand in that fire, to be honest. That is an interesting place to take a fight from. Luckily, I don't think they're actually in the damage where that fire actually affects, so they don't seem to have been hurt that much. They're going to fall back very shortly, I imagine, unless Barbarossa is asleep. Nope, there they go. Does he have a healing bunker in his base? No, well that's going to be very frustrating then. Here comes a pack gun, the sniper is in position, the scout car is doing work. Now where's the Scottish Assault Squad sniper? He's taking shots at the 222, the 6-pounder is in arc, and I would have thought between the sniper and the 6-pounder and these Tommies, I'd be amazed if this 222 gets out. I mean, the sniper was forced back by an MG42, the 6-pounder has to reposition, and this 222 might actually live. The sniper scoring another squad wipe. Oh my god, this is horrible times for Zarok, who doesn't really have anything in the way of a manpower float. You don't tend to when you're playing as the Brits. This MG42 finds itself back in a fantastic position, and that's going to get the 6-pounder. Oh my god. And I don't even think Zarok's played particularly badly. It's just that Barbarossa has really maximised his opportunities where he sees them. I mean, Zarok has had his units in the right places at the right times, but just not quite fast enough on the micro, and not quite, I don't know, respecting the micro of Barbarossa. Damn, if you ever come up against this guy on the field, do watch out, because he's a guy who seems to know how to punish you when you're looking elsewhere. Anyway, just going to take a sip on my water here. Oh, that's better, yeah. Been out on a long walk today, just got back, and apparently I'm still a little thirsty. So, yeah, MG42 is going to, the Tommies, I believe, going to reman this pack, 6-pounder, yep, so there's the Tommy falling back. Needs to really maximise all the resources he can, so picking up the 6-pounder rather than shelling out on a new one, definitely going to be what Zarok needs to be doing. Barbarossa has chosen his commander. He's gone for the Lightning War Doctrine. Just hit the pause on the YouTube channel there if you want to overview the abilities that he's going to have access to. And a second Scottish Assault Squad sniper coming out for Zarok. So going up to 2 of those bad boys. That's a nice idea. I mean, it counters very well the reasonably expensive Wehrmacht infantry. Also, it'll punish this 222 quite heavily. That's a reasonable investment. An interesting choice though, because generally, if you've suffered a few unlucky squad wipes, most players would opt to bulk out on the front line squads that they're probably missing. You know, I'm talking about your Tommies and your Vickers and just squads like that, even some Royal Engineers or something. But oh wow, this is surely going to die. Yeah, the 222 goes down. 6-pounder right here at the back, combined with the Vickers. The engine shot from the sniper there, going to be enough to take that one down. These Grenadiers going to want to get out. Pardon me, same's going to apply to this sniper here, and yeah, so an odd choice. Well, I don't know about odd. It's definitely useful, but an unusual choice going for a second sniper. Pretty much a gambit as well, because you know you're already so far behind. If you lose one of those snipers, oh, he knows where the German sniper is now. This could be a counter snipe. Are you paying attention, Zarok? I hope you are. Here's the shot. The SAS sniper. Oh no! Why is he aiming at this infantry? This is bad. He needs to take out the sniper. There he goes. Yeah, 55 calibers. You don't come back from that. Yep, he is down. And let's see, on the right flank, it seems like Barbarosa being active, pushing up with these pioneers. He hasn't given them any shift queue waypoints. If he would do that, then they could be munching on into these three points here. Another squad of pioneers pushing up behind them. Barbarossa floating about 140 munitions right now. So I'd love to see him grab an LMG-42 and/or Flammenwerfer for his engineers. That would be a sweet choice right now. Let's go and take a look at the teching. Seems like Escalate to Battle Phase 2 has not been chosen, but what has been chosen is another pack gun. Now this seems very prophylactic. The British player has not had access to a lot of fuel this game, and he's just now getting his company command post, but he's, well, actually, you know what? He can kind of afford a Centaur in about 90 seconds or so at the current fuel income rate. So that is actually a reasonable choice to get another pack gun. That is actually, you know what, that is more than reasonable. That's bang on the money. In fact, I'd be downright concerned if he didn't have that pack gun on there. So Barbarossa demonstrating good judgment. These 2 snipers doing some work now, though. They're actually eating in. You can hear the 2 reports of the 2 50 cals. This one's going to try and get out. You don't. Just careful, falling back across negative cover. Grenadiers are just accurate enough. You just never know when they're going to get that critical hit and down one of your snipers. So I mean, I know he had to fall back there, but damn. Anyway. 6-pounder in position here. I would love to see the sniper start chipping in against these infantry. He could reposition to about here and safely take some shots. That's a really good idea. Tommy's over here. They got the med packs. They're going to be probably going to lose this battle. I mean, that is 8 grenadiers. Oh, here comes a rifle grenade. No. Oh, he falls back just in the nick of time. I was going to say, twice in one game to be caught off guard by a rifle grenade would just be too much. That would just be too much. Zarok is like, he's reeling right now. Look, if I crack the tack, you know, you can see the story of this game just by how much red and blue terrain there is, you know, how much red and blue ground there is. So, anyway, pretty much concentrating his power on this area of the map, and I like this as long as he's able to hold on to this fuel point. He needs fuel right now, does Zarok. He's close to getting a Centaur, but he's going to want more fuel because I don't think a Centaur is necessarily going to win this game for him. I'd be amazed if it did. So anyway, Escalate to Battle Phase 2 has still not been taken by Barbarossa, who's floating 214 fuel. He's a long way off getting that Tiger tank. He needs another 8 command points to be able to do that. So I'd quite like to see him just spend some of this fuel, because I think if he's just saving fuel for the Tiger tank, he's going to have, like, way too much by the time that thing unlocks. And to be honest, if you're gambling on going all the way for a Tiger tank against Brits, I think you're kind of missing the point in the game where Wehrmacht can exploit the British forces the most. Because generally, whenever I've seen Tiger tanks come out against Brits, they tend to actually have a pretty hard time against, like, Churchills, Fireflies, and the like. Good rifle grenade, but not good enough. Seems like Zarok is wise now. He's going to move on out of there. And anyway, these pioneers getting super cocky, coming in to decap this one. That's actually really frustrating, because that's like means he's getting no resources from these points. So Barbarossa, damn, I mean, he is a capable and smooth operator. I'm loving the play so far. I haven't seen any massive blunders out of him. I guess arguably losing the sniper here was, you know, suboptimal, but even then, that sniper had more than paid for itself, and you're going to lose some things over the course of a game. Anyway, here comes the inevitable Centaur. It's on the build queue now, should be on the battlefield shortly. We've got some Royal Engineers coming out behind that. They're going to be able to possibly establish some fortifications, maybe lay some mines, stuff like that, but mainly they're going to be repairing that Centaur. The 50 cal sniper there at the back doing good work. Rifle grenade comes down onto the Vickers, blows up one man. Second rifle grenade comes out, blows up another, and that is a squad wipe. I'd love to see him grab this Vickers, to be honest. That seems like a really good thing to do. Now, why is he healing? This is unusual. Oh, he's used the relief infantry. Whoa, Barbarossa! How much does this thing cost then? 90. Oh, this is spicy. Look at him go. He doesn't give a damn. He's got relief infantry on. This is really cool. So if he loses any of these squads, it'll instantly get replaced by an Austrian squad. You know what? I haven't seen this ability used since like the first 3 months of the game come out. Everyone tried it a little bit and then was like, you know what? This ability's rubbish. And even now, you know, it probably won't do anything, but fuck, this is really cool. I like it. This is just, it's just, you know, it's left field. Whatever. Making it work as Barbarossa. Got his own style on the go. Here comes the Centaur. That's going to push back this infantry. I bet he's going to trade these pioneers. No, he's not. He's not. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if he traded them. Tommy's doing some good damage. Another squad of Tommy's over here in good cover. They're going to get this MG42 squad, or the Centaur. Well, someone's going to get this MG42 squad, surely. And the Pat Gun's in a good position. That's going to start 2 Pat Guns. That's really punishing this Centaur. Good hits, good hits. One more would have done for the Centaur. There was an unlucky miss from one of these Pat Guns there. Or, you know, I don't know about unlucky. It was probably about statistically on that you'd miss 1 in 4 rounds from Pat Guns. So, anyway, here come those Austrian squads, though. They're already coming out to replace. This is fantastic stuff. I'm loving it. God, this is really clever. You don't actually have to lose the squad. You just have to lose enough men from the squad. And he's got 25 seconds more of this Austrian stuff. I'm liking this, man. This is just tech. This is just... This is clutch. Let's put those 2 words together. This is clutch tech. This is exciting stuff. Way to go, Barbarossa. I mean, it's not exactly the most close game right now. It's been fairly one-sided, but Barbarossa's pulling it off with such style. This is entertaining to watch. So anyway, he's got like, okay, it's just worn off. So by using for 90 munitions, so anytime you lose 4 soldiers, you don't even have to lose the squad. So Barbarossa there uses the relief infantry, comes in with a very aggressive move, kind of just loses a few dudes, trades for some stuff, you know, whatever, gets 2 squads of Ostripan, and now look, he's at like 68 supply over 64, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you look at the top left, look at the top right, look how many infantry squads he's got. This is nuts. He's also floating like all the fuel in the world. Okay, he's finally going for Battle Phase 2, and in fairness, this is a criticism I think I can earnestly offer about Barbarossa at last. I would say, if you're going to go for Tier 2 tech, if you're going to go for Escalate the Battle Phase 2, I think you need to do it earlier. I mean, he might have had a change of heart and just decided to do it, but I think if you're going to do it, you've got to go for it earlier, because he could have had that tech online, he could have had the support armor company, the support armor building up, and earlier by now. I mean, he could have had a Panzer IV on the field. Look at his resources. That's a Panzer IV's worth of money that he's sitting on, which isn't on the field. So it's an option he could go for. The Centaur is now repaired, though. Here it comes. It's coming on out. The little flares there from the advanced Merlin engine in there. Is that a rotary? I don't know. Engineers, please let me know if that's a rotary, because I know the Merlin was the aircraft engine. If that's a rotary that they've just wedged into the back of a tank, then that makes that series of cruiser tanks one of the coolest things ever. Rifle grenade coming through, and this is quite the ball of infantry. Oh, he's using relief infantry again! Quite the ball of infantry coming through. You can see the double plus symbols above these guys, so now we know what that means, or at least now I know what that means, because I've never seen it before. And anyway, Centaur repositioning over across to the left flank. It's going to start trying to punish this ball of infantry. And I say punish, you know, every 4 soldiers he loses, he gets another squad of Ostripans. So this is just crazy. You know what, he probably has to keep an eye on his supply a little bit. Whoa, here comes the ball of Pat Guns. They need to deploy now. They need to stop moving and start firing. Oh, the engine gets broken. This is a dead Centaur for show. Oh, man. Wow. And I would not blame Zarok for GGing now. There's like this sledgehammer of infantry which has been deflected. But at the cost of your Centaur. Both SAS snipers, though, still doing well. And I think the only risk for Barbarossa right now, as more Ostripan reporting for duty, the only risk for Barbarossa right now is that he actually hits his supply cap. But you know what, if that happens, he can just A-move a load of Ostripan into his opponent's base, so whatever. I mean, look at this. It's like a damn town meeting going on back here. Yeah, what should we do now? I don't know. Maybe we should like attack the enemy or something. What is that accent? Yeah, we should like attack the enemy, man. What do you think? Yeah, richtig, let's do it. That's how Barbarossa forms his plans. Cunning unit of Royal Engineers grabbing the fuel point on the right flank. That is relevant for Zarok, who, like, you know, he does have his company command post. Which is it? The platoon command post? The big one, basically. Yeah, he's got his company command post. MG team getting sniped down. The 2 SAS snipers have been doing well. 9 kills on one, 10 on the other. That's 19 between them. That's pretty good. But he does need all the fuel he can get. If he gets like 110 fuel, I think that a Cromwell would be a pretty good choice right now. Let's go check the teching for the Axis player. He could go up to Tech 3 if he wants. Pardon me, he could escalate to Battle Phase 3 quite easily. That's a thing. And I wouldn't even hate that. And the funny thing is, you know, Zarok hasn't GG'd, sorry, and I think that is totally valid. You know, this game is far from over, and he has not actually been forced out of the game by any means. Holy spoons, that is a lot of infantry. What is this? Tactical movement? Oh, this is brutal. What is this madness? God, this commander is sweet. Lightning War Doctrine is boss, man. I am convinced. I am sold. But anyway, as I was just saying, the British forces really start coming into their own a little bit later in the game than now. I mean, it's now if you'd have had the resources, but he hasn't. Jesus, he's actually run out of victory points. But all I'm saying is that Zarok has every right to stay in this game. He could get a Cromwell, he could start stabilizing, he could vet up his troops. It is hypothetically possible. That is a lot of KAR 98Ks. That sounds like a machine gun of KARs. Do. Wow. Just wow. Anyway, yeah, totally legit. The MG42 team in a great position on the right flank. That's going to take back the fuel off the British forces. Fuel income right now, though, for the Brits, plus 23. He's probably going to have enough time to build a tank. Don't know if he's going to have enough time for it to arrive on the field. I'd love him to just spare a squad of pioneers. Yeah, here they come now. Just to grab this point here, just because his opponent is so heavily under the clock that he might as well make sure that, you know, he's like out the game by being under the clock. So that seems like a really good way to take this. Captured Vickers doing work in this building. That is kind of gross. It's getting mowed down though, actually. And there comes another tactical movement. And bam! Oh, that was a gross rifle grenade. Barbarossa. Damn! Just tone it down, man. He's just sledgehammering. He's just sledgehammering in. This is a crazy, crazy style. I don't know if this is a common thing that people see on the ladder all the time and I've just not cast yet. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that I like what I'm seeing. I also know that I really like the way Barbarossa, there we go, Zarok's going to GG there, and you've got to say fair enough. I mean, his poor battered army, oh wow, not really going to do much. He could order a Cromwell, but it'll never arrive in time to save him, and he knows it. So a fair GG out of Zarok. Barbarossa using the Lightning War Doctrine. And did you notice he didn't even pick it till he needed it, you know? He was just like, okay, I'm playing against Brits, the opening game's gone well, I've got the upper hand, now I can make use of relief infantry and tactical movement to really push home for the win. So, yeah, Wehrmacht players out there, if you're having trouble against the Brits, you know, Barbarossa's just shown you a nice way to punish, because I see so many Wehrmacht players get a good early and early mid game, and then, you know, with the Brits on like less than 200 tickets, they stage a comeback and just eke out a win. And I've seen that happen so many times. It's cast on the channel. Go and have a look at some games involving Brits and Wehrmacht on the channel. So Barbarossa here showing how to double down on a good early game from Wehrmacht against Brits. You just go for a Lightning War Doctrine, play very aggressive, and push for the W. So good stuff there. Yeah, so good times. I'll upload this one right away. I'll probably go and cast another one today. And this is Magpie 842 signing out.